Hey Falcons fans! If you want to stay up to date with all the news, updates and developments about our team, you're in the right place. Here, you'll find everything about the Atlanta Falcons, with content made especially for our fans. So, don't waste any more time. Subscribe to the channel right now and activate the bell to receive all notifications firsthand. And, of course, leave your like to strengthen our incredible community of Falcons fans. Get ready, because we're bringing you hot and exclusive news. Now let's get to today's news. Falcons GM makes surprising discovery about Kirk Cousins' future. The Atlanta Falcons made a bold and somewhat unexpected decision regarding the future of quarterback Kirk Cousins. While we still have confidence heading into the offseason, last year, the Falcons signed Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract, banking on him as the starter who could lead the team back to competitiveness. However, that narrative changed significantly when Atlanta surprisingly selected Michael Penix Jr. with the number 8 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The unexpected move indicated that the team was already thinking about the future of the position. That assumption was confirmed when, after just 14 games, Cousins lost the starting job to Penix, who had been the starting quarterback for the final few games of the season. Now, the Falcons find themselves in a tough financial situation. Cousins is guaranteed to receive a base salary of $27.5 million in 2024, in addition to a bonus of $12.5 million. The biggest problem, however, is a clause in his contract that guarantees an additional $10 million for 2026 if he is still on the roster after March 16th of this year. This detail has generated a wave of speculation about a possible trade or even a release of the player, with teams such as the Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, and even the Los Angeles Rams being mentioned as possible interests in Cousins for 2025. Many believe that his departure from Atlanta was only a matter of time. However, Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot surprised everyone by reaffirming that the team intends to keep Cousins on the roster, even with the high costs involved. During his participation in the NFL Combine, Fontenot stated that the franchise's position regarding the veteran quarterback has not changed since January. According to reporter Tori McElhaney, the GM made it clear that the Falcons' intention is to continue with Kirk Cousins as Michael Penix Jr.'s backup. Having a backup with such a hefty contract is undoubtedly a rare luxury in the NFL. But Fontenot defended the team's choice by stating that Cousins' presence could still be beneficial for the team's development. Whether it's Kirk Cousins or any other player, we have to look at how that's going to help our team and how that's going to affect the Atlanta Falcons. And so, not just with Kirk, with anyone, Fontenot said, leaving open the possibility that, even without being the starter, the veteran quarterback could still have a relevant role within the team. Mel Kiper's latest mock draft has Atlanta Falcons getting one of the hottest names. In his latest NFL mock draft on ESPN, Mel Kiper said the Atlanta Falcons are addressing their biggest need with someone he calls one of the hottest names in the draft. The NFL Combine is underway this week, and the Atlanta Falcons will have plenty of options when their name is called with the number 15 pick. General manager Terry Fontenot did some unconventional things in the draft, but once again, most expect him to handle the Falcons' anemic pressure heading into the NFL Draft on April 24th. One of those experts who expects the Falcons to attack the edge position is the godfather of NFL draft analysts, Mel Kiper Jr. He released his pre-NFL Combine on ESPN Plus on Tuesday morning, and like many others before him, he had the Falcons selecting Marshall edge rusher Mike Green. Kiper calls Green one of the hottest names in this draft class, which could cause some concern for the Falcons. They're not picking in the top 10 for the first time since 2020, and they'd like Green to be available when they're on the clock. If he gets hotter, I see incredible speed, flexibility, and power in his game, traits that would be welcome in Atlanta under new coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, Kiper wrote. Lance Zelian of NFL.com agrees with Kiper's assessment. High-energy pass rusher with productivity and a playmaking style that should translate to the next level. Green displays a natural, instinctive run, utilizing loose hips and a range of moves and counters that can open doors with power or finesse, Zierlein wrote of Green. He's very physical, with hints of violence in the way he attacks blockers in both phases. Physical with hints of violence. Words to make a Falcons fan swoon. Kuiper puts the Falcons' green pick at number 14, with former Georgia Bulldogs safety Malachi Starks to the Indianapolis Colts and former Texas A&M defensive end Shamar Stewart to the Arizona Cardinals at number 16. Starks may fit into the group of top prospects available that FONTENOT touts, and there's certainly a need for safety on the Falcons' defense. But can he really afford to draft 3 non-premium positions in his 5 drafts as the Falcons coach? By contrast, Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman has used a first-round pick on a non-premium position in 15 years. He took guard Danny Watkins in 2011, never again. In Kuiper's mock draft, it wasn't a pick FONTENOT and the Falcons had to contend with. Stewart at number 16 has also been a popular mock draft pick for the Falcons, but he's considered the biggest boom or bust prospect in this draft. Boom or bust has typically gone one way in Falcons draft history. They need someone with a higher floor, even if it means a lower ceiling. Georgia's Michael Williams falls to the Cincinnati Bengals at number 17. He's another player the Falcons will consider heavily at number 15 and will draw more ire from locals if he turns out to be another Bulldog the Falcons passed up and turned into a star elsewhere. The Falcons have gone to the offensive skill position in each of Fontenot's previous 4 drafts. Without a dominant wide receiver on the board, it looks like Atlanta will draft a defensive player in the first round for the first time since A.J. Terrell in 2020.